Okay, so my name is Anthony Kalu Umar. I am a software engineer. So I've been told that I have a cool exterior, but deep down I'm quite a nerd. So in my spare time I do nerdy stuff like code. I watch documentaries regarding artificial intelligence, computer science stuff. And yeah, like I'm not really like the typical mandem, because I am mandem deep down. But yeah. My project and my main thing I'm working on right now is my consultancy called ECAL. I founded this company whilst I was working for the likes of BBC and Spotify, because I noticed a gap in kind of transformational change in a technological standpoint. So I thought there's ways that companies who are still using legacy systems need to advance into the new technological age, and sometimes they're lacking kind of a young thought process behind them. So ECAL was born. So I'm trying to go in and kind of change the way companies think and interact with the youth by creating solutions that they can use and utilize in their ways of working. I think the main solution, and I always tie this back to my roots. So I'm Nigerian by birth heritage. So my main problem and problem area that we're trying to solve is empowering, developing economies, developing regions to kind of adopt the latest technologies. As we see now, sometimes, like for example, in some countries, they adopt technologies that are quite old, and I feel like we can go in and transform the way they utilize the latest technology. So that's kind of where I'm trying to come in and have my imprint on. So my main inspiration was my father. He passed away when I was 5 years old, but at the time when he was alive, he was like a top engineer. So he worked on the stealth bomber back in the day, which was like a top secret project. And he used to come home and just tell me about it. And that really inspired me to kind of like, take on technology when he passed away. So I'm not a pastor, but I always attribute where I am to God. Like I have a very strong relationship with God, and in all that I do, I try to like really reflect and attribute everything that I have achieved to him. So that's, yeah. My main goal or main achievement I would like to, see from my project is having an impact in Africa, having an impact in developing markets, ensuring that technology is readily available to people who need it. And I literally want to be part of that boom, because right now there's a technological boom in Africa, and I want to be part of that. I feel like I have a lot to contribute towards that. So yeah, that's literally what I want to do. One of the main things I wish I had known before I started anything was like trust in the process. Like you may have like a big vision, big ambitions, but sometimes when you now try action and you don't really achieve what you have set out to do. So my thing is, obviously there's always setbacks in what you have, what you put your mind to. So I would say trusting in the process and ensuring that you kind of stay strong to your beliefs and to your goals and aspirations, and it will pay off in the future. So that's kind of like what I would have told myself and what I would have done now. My 16-year-old self was on the roads, so I would have told myself to come off the roads and listen to mom, drop your dead friends, and read your book.
And stop being a road man.
Yeah, and stop being a road man. And like now, like we see now, we're kind of we are in a technological phase. Like everything we do is focused and backed by technology. So I would say get into some form of coding, understand how technology works, or really start reading, like start enlightening yourself. Knowledge is key. And that would be my main advice to myself. Okay, there's a really good book called Write the Code by Randall Hyde. This is literally a brain dump of how to really get into software engineering, how to understand coding principles, and how to interview and be prepared to get into the likes of Facebook, Google, Apple, and the Spotifys. I think it was a really good book, and I utilized that in order to get the role I landed at Spotify. I think my main motivation is giving back to the community. I've had a very interesting upbringing, and I know the paths that people can take, and I really want to help people stay away from those paths, and give them an alternative route. So my main motivation is kind of being that mentor and being that person who enlightens the people who are going down the wrong paths and show them where they should be going to. That's literally my main motivation. I'll touch on a very high level, but as I said, I was on the road. So when we say roads, I was probably one of those guys in a hoodie and some street corner doing something. That was me back in the day. So main plans for the future is expanding my business and my consultancy into emerging markets, actually being impactful and making change. Ultimate goal in life is being someone who gives back to the community, being that mentor, being that person who can assist those who are going down the wrong path. That's kind of like my main ambition and goal. Without sounding like a pastor, my main role model is God, the Bible. I've literally read it and found loads of role models within the Word, and it's kind of inspired me to do and carry on with what I'm doing now. The ultimate character, obviously Jesus, but there's other characters, for example, Solomon. He's very wise. I like to operate in a place of wisdom, and you can only operate in a place of wisdom if you listen and learn. So I like to really instill that in my current way of living. I like to listen and learn. So my biggest setback to date has been lack of wisdom and lack of knowledge. I feel like I've entered into a few things in the past without exercising wisdom, and it's come back to bite me. So I feel like if I exercised, wisdom and patience, I wouldn't be in certain situations. My main passion is, I don't want to sound like I'm repeating myself, but is empowering youth, being that mentor, and just ensuring that developing markets, emerging markets are empowered somehow. So I'm not a politician, but I feel like from a technological standpoint, I feel like I can have something to bring to the table. At the moment, at the time, I thought it was a good accomplishment, and that was raising seed capital for my business. At the time, it seemed quite good. Okay. Yeah.
So text or call?
Cool.
Night out or night in?
Night in.
Fill in the blank. Beyonce is?
A black woman.
Save or spend?
Save.
Favorite holiday?
Dubai.
Oh, Dubai. Okay. Tall or short?
Tall. I don't know. No. Too late.
Invisibility or super speed?
Super speed.
Burger King or McDonald's?
Burger King.
Good choice. Favorite color?
I have so much favorite colors,
What comes to head first?
Good question. Blue.
What kind of blue?
More of it's like a royal sort of, I can't explain it.
Royal blue.
It's like a royal blue, yeah.
Favorite person?
Favorite person? My wife.
Favorite song?
Favorite song? Damn, I don't know.
Movies or series?
Movies.
Run or walk?
Walk.
I guess you don't run.
No.
Sun or snow?
Sun.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs. So my name is Anthony, and this is Making Moves by It's a Movement.